Hi everyone and welcome to my channel Coloring and Comments, a channel where I color in mandalas and talk to you about various topics. Today's topic is who am I? The other day I was in therapy and my therapist asked me, who are you? I was very shocked as a person that always thought I knew myself very well that I struggled to answer this question. And upon reflection, I realized that there are three things that I believe have changed how I view myself or how I think of myself. And I think these three things might also be relatable to you. And we'll discuss these things in the video. And after we discuss all these beautiful three things, I have 5 easy steps to help you realize who you are, who your true authentic self is. So back to the 3 things. The first thing is economic status and societal pressure, all wrapped into one. The second thing is the relationships that we have with other people and the relationships that we have with ourselves. The third thing, beautiful social media and how it impacts our true authentic self. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a writer. I loved writing. I loved expressing myself. I loved putting my ideas and watching them become a reality once they hit paper. I didn't care if this was in song or if this was in poetry or if it was short stories. All I knew is that I wanted to write. As I grew older, society started telling me that, look, young girl, writers don't make a lot of money. And if you want to be deemed as successful, which is equated to having a lot of money, you need to become maybe a lawyer or a doctor or an architect. If you're not one of these things that generate you a lot of wealth, you are then not successful. And unfortunately, I bought into that idea. I let that part of myself die, trying to attain what society has told me, trying to attain that level of economic success that will, for somehow or some reason that is still unknown to me, will add to who I am and how I define myself. And if you think that you haven't been impacted by society, I ask you to ask yourself this question. What did you want to become when you were younger? And is that aligned with who you are today? If it is, well, congratulations. But if it's not, ask yourself, why is it no longer aligned? Did you consciously make the decision to change and evolve and grow into something more? Or did you allow society to shape and mold that part of you and make it into something that you never wanted it to be, but because of fear or because of believing that that's what success looks like, you've decided to take that on as part of who you are? Write that comment or write your thoughts in the comment section. The second issue is the relationships that we have with ourselves, the relationships that we have with other people, and how that impacts how we look at ourselves. In high school, I was not very social, but I was shown that I have the ability to excel in public speaking or excel in debating. And even though I enjoyed it, I realized that people around me, or the people that I had relationships with, and these were like my teachers and my coaches, started wanting me to move in a different way. So they felt that a debater or a public speaker carries themselves in a specific way or should act in a specific way. And unfortunately, whether I rebelled by choice or whether it was just a reflex reaction, I didn't want to fit into that mold. I mean, I'm a person that loves sitting by themselves reading a book. I do not crave to be the center of attention. And for some reason, people think that if you're good at public speaking or if you're a debater, that you always want to be the center of attention, that you always want to be in the spotlight. So they force you to become this extroverted, larger than life personality when in actual fact, that's not who you are, right? And that dynamic or that constant push to be myself when those who are older than me or those who have some form of authority are pushing me to be something else really impacted my self-esteem. For the longest time, I started to believe that I wasn't good enough or I wasn't worthy because I wasn't moving and acting the way people older than me, supposedly wiser than me, are telling me to act. However, I've been very fortunate to have friends that have constantly stood by my side and constantly showed me like, look, yes, people want you to move to B, but you love being at A. A is who you are, therefore it's okay to stay at A. We will support you in your stance to stay at A. And I know that not everybody is lucky enough to have that support system. And that's why I say who you surround yourself with really does have an impact on how you view yourself, but also how you start to define yourself in the long run. So because of the relationship that I have with my friends, I now am no longer scared to say that I am a quiet individual that loves staying at home and reading books, but can be very assertive in certain situations and can be very outspoken when I want to be. So who you surround yourself with, I think, ties beautifully into the third point, which is social media, right? So with social media, there's always this dynamic of, are you going to conform or are you going to embrace your individuality? And a lot of the times we are pressured into conforming because we feel like that's what we should be, right? And conforming, therefore, again, losing a certain aspect of ourselves. And a simple, silly example is, for example, jeans are trending on social media. Everybody's wearing a jean jacket, a jean pants, or denim jean, denim pants. It's everywhere, right? And you don't like denim. You don't like wearing jeans. You actually enjoy wearing cotton shorts when you are at home, right? Or you enjoy wearing cotton shorts when you go outside. That's what you feel comfortable in. So now, what do you do when you want to walk out of your house? Do you feel comfortable in wearing your cotton shorts? Or do you feel the need to change into jeans because that's what social media is telling you need to change into? And that's why stepping away from social media is really important, because it allows you to have time to reflect, and it allows you to have time to really look at who you are. And I'll keep saying this, but look at who you are. Look at the various aspects of yourself. Are those aspects of yourself true to you? Are those aspects aligned with what you feel should be aligned within your spirit or your soul or whatever, or however you want to express it? And with that, I think these steps to self-discovery, or these steps to help you answer the question of who am I, can be really helpful. And I want to put a disclaimer here. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I have finally answered the question, but what I'm saying is that I've been using these 5 steps to help me find a concrete answer to who I truly am. Step 1 is ask yourself, What would you do, or who would you be if you couldn't fail? If success was always guaranteed, where would you be, or who would you be, or what would you be doing? That answer is basically a part of yourself. If it's not currently what you're doing, it's a part of yourself that you want to attain, or the part of yourself that you have lost that you now long for. And it's okay to realize that you've lost something, but also knowing that you can work to get it back if you truly want it back. The second one is, how would you describe yourself in 90 seconds? Imagine you walk into an elevator and you meet your favorite person in the world, whoever that might be, and they ask you to introduce yourself in 90 seconds. What would you say about yourself? And I think this pitch is a great way to see how you subconsciously think of yourself, and also how you think or what you want to be in that 90 seconds. And it's a beautiful way of writing down and trying to attain those qualities or those skills that you stated in your 90-second elevator pitch. The third is, what are your core values? And by core values, I don't mean what is it that other people are saying is important, or what is it that society is saying is important, but what are you saying is important? What is important to you? And is your life aligned to those core values? If you feel like your life is not aligned to the core values, it means that you have lost yourself somewhere. Somehow you have allowed yourself to compromise on one of your core values. And bringing yourself back in alignment with your core values is a great way of bringing yourself back into alignment with yourself. Number 4, what makes you truly happy? And we'll go back to when you were a kid. What did you want to become when you were younger? And what does your inner child want? Is it where you are now? Because yes, maybe you wanted to become, like me, a writer, but now you are an editor of a big newspaper. So basically it's about the same thing, just became bigger. Or has it been truly disaligned in the sense that you wanted to become a writer, but now you are a chef in some 5-star restaurant? So ask yourself that. What really makes you happy? And often that is aligned to where you wanted to be as a child. And if where you are is not making you happy, then you know that where you are is not part of who you are. And it's okay to say, I have gone astray with who I truly am, and I want to get back on track. The last one is, how would your life be if money was not an object? Strangely enough, I always used to think that when people say money is not an object, it's like you have so much money and you can spend the money on anything and you can just live your best life. But then what I realized is that when money is not an object, it's also working in a career space where you don't earn a lot of money, but you get a lot of personal satisfaction from what you're doing. And you don't have to worry, because whether you're earning a lot of money or you're earning peanuts, you are so happy. So what would your life be if money was not an object? Taking all these 5 steps and reflecting, I want you to put some of your thoughts down in the comment section and tell me, are you still truly aligned with who you were? Or are you now trying to get back and be aligned with your true, authentic self? I ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. And may your day be colorful and wonderful. And I'll see you in the next video.